Last year T1 signed Doran. This year T1 signs Peyz. The boys are back together, and these are 31 clips that made T1 sign Peyz.
On the light, Peanut going full armor, Sunfire.
Here we go again. Faker is going to have to flash. Xayah, he nearly dies. He's just trying to stand here. He's an Aatrox, and now you can't get away from this Camille. So Xayah is going to go down. We got a tidal wave coming in. Faker desperate to keep them around to get something done. And Peyz, he has nowhere to go, so he just goes forward. He just takes them out, and T1 can't get away. They all get aced. It's a clean one, and Gen.G will push down mid.
To save Lehens either, although he does get Hannah. Now Peyz able to rocket his way over. Is this going to be 2 kills for the Zeri? That might be the certification that you are looking for, as Closer does have double buffs. He does have a seismic shove as well, but I don't know how he's going to be able to get himself out of this one. David Blaine Closer. Can we get that skin for Talia, maybe? Yeah, could be an opportunity. As no, the turret. The only thing that he didn't take is going to be able to steal it with a smite, and only going to have to get out of there as Rocket Jump comes in. Ultimate misses there from Chovy. He's taking a lot of damage as there it is, the Impale, but the flash out from Faker just too good. As Peyz possibly going to get stunned up as Lehens is right under the turret. I don't know about that one, but Gumayushi goes down, and Peyz is able to pick up that kill. Can he get the other one onto Carrier as well? And it looks like the answer is going to be no. You're going to see this from Peyz's perspective here. Great block from Lehens, and when he went in, I love this from Peyz. The young man just says, no, I will not make you look silly by going under.
Furex with a late decision to come over and contest.
I mean, this is going down so fast, they might be able to just walk over to the Dragon as well. It's down to 2,000 health. Yeah, Raptor nowhere near it, so the Baron, not long for the world at all. That is going to be the engage on to execute. He's able to crash down out of it, but the Chains of Corruption do not find the mark. And now Clear just trying to stand in front of his team to keep them alive. My God, these Harpoons are doing so much work as now Canyon. Yeah, he's relatively low. It is going to be a decent Impale to come through yet again. And they do manage to get rid of the Corki, but look at this, it's a Quadra kill already. Clear's got a huge health bar, but I think it's another Penta in game number 1 of the summer season for Peyz. He picks up a Penta, and they'll just march towards the Nexus.
I'm winning the game over here. That's an inhib turret down.
Well, now he's on a flank angle as, okay, Canyon looking for an opportunity here as the door cannot go multiple directions as Chovy, he's going to get himself out of there. True Shot Barrage does land on top of him as Bulldog's doing his very best. Killer Instinct into the backline. Leaper's going to be sniped by Peyz, and he's able to take both of them. Canyon to the rescue on top of that as Supercharger's there to avoid Dudu, who is a very big crocodile, and he's not even able to take down Lehens. Cuz wanted it as well, and he gets the thumbs up. Peyz now just going to take down. Seconds ago, Hex Gates can be employed as Quantum Freak's coming back onto the map as Leaper, Arcane Shift now on cooldown. The flash is still down from before, and he's dead again. Arndil also going to most likely follow suit as there's a flash forward. Not scared of the Cannon Barrage anymore is Peyz. Coming through is kind of nutty, exactly right, as now Arndil, he's going to catch a Glacial Prison. Bulldog's also just taking incidental damage. Arndil's going to try and turn it. It doesn't quite work out though as the quickness comes in. That's going to clean up the Crocodile. And Lehens takes matters into his own hands. Leaper tries his very best to find a fight, but he's not quite going to get there. The slowdown comes in from Bulldog, but all of his completed for the Jinx.
That's 2 ultis gone though
in this fight. True. Oh, Charm is dodged by the buffer of the Rocket Jump. Oh, good knock up there onto Peyz as Everfrost is immediately cleansed splashed. And now Faker looking for more. He finds another one. This time onto Delight into the backline. He does Wild Growth himself, and they manage to get the kill.
Reset for Chovy.
Jinx is excited. The resets for Chovy and resets for everyone. The Jinx is absolutely massive. Peanut may have gone too far forward, but T1's health bars are evaporating. It's a triple kill for Peyz, and Gen.G are moving towards Baron.
It's a Baron angle here, and there's just
Second inhibitor is going to go. D+, not wanting to engage for another 45 seconds if they can avoid it. And I don't know whether they can clear out minions fast enough. Yes, they have double static shiv, but I don't know whether it is going to be enough. Showmaker is doing a pretty good job of getting rid of these minions as Arrow is going to connect onto the Azir. Definitely a priority target. Half the health bar of this Nexus turret is going to go down. Next wave to come in. They don't have Baron, as there is the ulti, but there's not actually that much distance to go, as Deft is going to go golden and then just explodes. Great piercing arrow going to come down as now Kellen on his fountain. Okay, we do have Delight going extraordinarily low, and in fact all of Gen.G are very low, but it doesn't seem to matter. This Nexus turret is going to go down. Delight. Kellen, sorry, the last man standing. Is that a pentakill? It is a pentakill for Peyz, of course it is, at the end of this game, and Gen.G will pick up the 2-0.
There, but will not find enough damage for a kill.
Yeah, critically the arrow misses. He is going to be able to survive as a result, and we're going to see Inspired looking mid.
Finds a knock-up onto Peyz, but Canyon's here to peel for his AD carry. Redemption summoned up, Inspired just shot to pieces. Gen.G grabbing one kill already, and Canyon ain't gonna drop. Peyz finding the DPS in this one, as Keen's ready to jump in to make it 3. A triple kill for the Gen.G marksman. Those arrows fly straight.
Doesn't have the combo and the DPS to burn through Wacko, and now he's stuck in no man's land. Gonna get burned down after about 20 seconds of DPS because tank items are balanced. And Ultra Prime again. Oh no! Oh, it's a double kill from the Mega Inferno Bomb onto the backline carries of Ultra Prime.
Area, and there's this Azir turret. Here comes the teleport, it's in from Sheer on the flank, but it's gonna be far too late. IYY just walks into the pit, but he already is just gonna see the Yatacon fall to the hands of JDG. Now the fight can begin though. A charm lands on the shun. IYY gonna stun him up, but a 3-man pop blossom comes through from Dwo, and the newer member of JDG gonna try to break open this team fight. Xiaoshu dashing forward with the slice and dice, taking down Sheer, flashing on Najachi, and finishing off Fun plus Phoenix. That is a 5 for nothing, baby. A triple kill picked up for Peyz.
And now they're going to be able to play on 2.
Xiaoshu hunting Shun, has his Glacier Prison up in 2 seconds.
Oh, Zhui's dead.
Immediately onto Zhui, and Zhuo goes in with the Pop Blossom as well. He gets bursted down, and now Sheer goes all out, gets sent back in by Scout, and it's already a 2-for-1 in favor of JD Gaming. IYY looking to go forward. Karen Dachi still doing a lot of damage. There goes Peyz with the Killer Instinct. They find the Corki and be able to take him down. Karen though, dashing in, nearly takes down the Kaisa, but he will be able to survive. It's a double kill. Yeah, this is the LNG style.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. So if he's gonna have his influence, and they lose this game, right?
To keep the game.
Would you say that Chua is operating under the influence?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that we have a good chance here to start another engage here. As Shun going in with the Glacier Prison onto Sheer. Zhui finding a death charge onto Peyz, but he cleanses out and should still be untouched for now. That's 1 kill. Now we will go in and look for a second. Killer Instinct for a 3rd. Peyz looking to do another pentakill moment. They're looking just for IYY. Scout's going to try to buy some time. Send the Kaisa in to try to hand Peyz an LPL pentakill.
Last time it happened, it got stolen, and Peyz finally gets his pentakill. This week we've been getting a lot of them.
Standing, empowered minions, supers, Keen charging the elastic slingshot. Where's he gonna go? Opts to go for the cancel. Stretching strikes doesn't hit on. Walks up, but it's just a tickle. Another stretching strike canceled. They're just trying to move the cannon minions in. Chovy now looking to find him, but doesn't hit. Crucially, though, Elk fires the ultimate, and now the fight's already kicked off. BLG trying to find their turn. BLG with Bin trying to find the angle. The fate's call for Peyz is there, and that's the kill record. 19 coming through for Peyz. Will he make it 20? Gen.G obliterating BLG in the base, but there's still 4 members standing. Peyz continuing to walk forward. It's a shutdown onto Lahens. BLG will hold the line. Knock up for Shun. He wants to keep the fight going. Chovy now trying to back out, trying to buy a bit more space for the team. Q3 going through. He can snap back if he wants to.
Double GA.
Unstoppable, but on. Pops the GA. Can they finish him in the meantime? Peyz, the Q angle is big. Chovy still living for an extra second. Canyon with the interrupt. I will finally get one. Peyz wants to finish it right here. One more. The triple! The finish! The rend for Peyz! Gen.G are going to go up 2-0.
That's 22 kills blown up by Peyz. He dropped an absolute nuke here in game number 2. GA, and they're going to have to use that. They're going to have to actually take down this Nexus. BLG stands tenacious.
Set up there. The slow march forward from Gen.G.
Baron time's out.
Ulti goes in, on, caught out, but now the follow-up has to come through from the side of BLG. Ulti for Varus is there, but already Keen into the back line, trying to keep things going. Flash back out, the shockwave whiffs. Chovy Q3 not going to connect either. Peyz still standing. Still doing a lot of work, but BLG holding for now. They've lost on. The repush going to come through. Keen has TP.
He wants the TP back in. He is regenning. Gen.G now looking for the end. Can BLG find it again? No shockwave.
Ends the flash. He hits Elk. In the clutch, he shows up, and now the turn, now the fire back. BLG doing everything they can. Bin is still up, but he just can't find the right target, trying to cut through Canyon, trying to keep it going. Knight gonna get taken out by Keen, and in game 2, BLG may have found a fight, but Peyz is breaking records, and Gen.G are moving on to match point.
And credit to Canyon for the end. By Jungle Goat, he punishes On's positioning. On thought he was safe with the spell shield. Canyon went up, he smited it off, hit the ultimate.
It's a penta!
25!
Not only is it the most...
Okay, Peyz alone, no flash. Well, does put down the trap. Beautifully played here for Peyz. Just eliminates BDD. God, that was gorgeous.
For a fight, not the objective itself. Shanks is on the flank, and Scout, I'm a little worried for him. Rumble equalizer, not bad. Scout going to get caught out. Are they going to secure the Atakan? Yes, they are. And they'll get out as 5. Anyone's Legend take the pick onto the jungler beforehand. We're going to a play here. Shanks does not have flash, does have an ultimate himself, and his frozen pass will take him out to safety. JDG clutching at straws. This could be the end of their playoffs run. Peyz going forward. Shun back out onto the map, using the Hex Case to get across there. It's not a bad wild growth. Perhaps this is the play which they're looking for, but now the Lissandra passive starts to roll. There's 2 of them now. And despite the fact that they take going below half HP, it might come down to a smite fight with Flippin. Shun's going in. Can he save the game? No. Hex Soul. And that may be the soul of JDG being eroded away from them. First kill comes in, Vice down, Peyz trying his best, getting some damage down on the backline. Hope is still alive though, and Flandre still has an all-out to pull in. It's not a bad fight for JDG. The soul's gone over, but it's not like JDG AL can put down that much damage. Flandre gets some damage down, so close from Hope, but no cigar. Peyz will live through the fight and ends up being a 5-for-1.
The Ezreal to be there, just pathing and mapping his movements themselves.
Oh,
They found it again.
Elk the second time, and that flash is still off of cooldown, baby. Another Searing Charge does connect here, as it looks like the rest of JDG could be in some trouble. The Seismic Jump lands on the Shun, Ola finally arriving, knocking up 1. Bin is very low, but Knight is still full HP until he gets hit up by the Ornhorn. And JDG now gonna try to finish off this fight. Deadly Flourish dodges away from Knight's doing his damnedest to try to save this game. But JDG have already picked up 3 members. They're looking for another one. Peyz flashes forward. The 4th shot is going to be able to do it. And they will be able to take down all but On.
Overnight, Bin down 2 levels on Arla. Elk down a level on Peyz. On. Careful, everybody down, missing.
Now here comes missing. The better support play is a 2-man knockup so far. The equalizer coming out and separating a little bit here for JDG, but Beishwan is getting targeted, and Scouts force the Spirit Rush away. Here comes that curtain call. Peyz has the opportunity to do a lot of damage. Who is that 4th shot going to find? Not anybody here, as Shun's not going to go down, and Oak still has the opportunity to dash forward. Finally using that a flash, and it's going to be used to try to burn down JD Gaming. Knight goes through the Weaver's Wall. Scout and Ella are very low.
Look at Peyz.
Peyz doing his best. He finds the 4th shot on the Elk, and it's going to allow for Knight to get the kill too. Peyz finding everyone on Billy, and only On will survive.
We can't let ourselves get cornered here and let Shun just walk up for a 50-50. Are we really just going to gamble an Infernal Soul that will really change the game here? No, they're just going to jump on Tien and pop him. Shun slides in, secures the dragon, and starts the turn back for JDG. They've gotten all that they've wanted. They knocked down Tien, they find the dragon, they stall the game out. There's no reason to push the luck any further. Peyz with an excellent flash right over Erha, who is dizzy with the plays from the JDG AD carry, and now all hell's breaking loose. Cease and desist down. Xiao, who cannot survive the equalizer, breathe next to fall. Here comes JD Gaming. Sweep home an ace.
This is what we...
JDG are going to try and force their way in. Scout off to the side. Baron below 4K. Are we going to 50-50 this? Who's going to come out on top? Hostile take over Impale. Tien impales the jungler, then hits the smite. Can they win the fight off the back end? Because Peyz is running wild. Everyone on top of each other. Breathe finally shows up, but Peyz with another clutch flash. He gets in, finds 2 kills, gets out. Peyz is a superstar for JDG, and he might just push them over the edge to get the sweep home. It's just Shun and Erha.
Really, this Baron hit as well, I feel like that's the dream for Renata. Being able to...
Trying to go in on a peanut here. That is a very nice ult from the side of Lahan's door, and flashing in, trying to make something happen on a Peyz, but he's just hopping forward, hops into Leona, and he's got the bailout, so he's not scared. Gets another kill, and now he's super low, and they can't take him out. Delight, he gets bitten in another huge handshake from the side of Lahan's. And Gen.G, they just chop him down.
This kid is crazy, Veldas!
Yet to be spotted. Scout does have flash up again.
Oh my god, but look at how quickly Kindred Xayah ripped that dragon. Monkey flying in as well after Shun, who's easily saving the equalizer from Ala, is going to cut off Cube and Vampire. Flying in is Taeyu next. Peyz buying so much space. The Lamb's respite. The knockup from Vampire. They can't kill Peyz off. And boom goes the dynamite in the name of Shun. Gets the heal. Flying after Karis next. Shun will not relent. And sure, Taeyu
A Banshee's Veil, there's a Randuin's on Breathe. Full build on this Jinx. Elder again, we go, one more into the breach, knocked Xiaohu away, that's big. Tien, not gonna be stopped on the other side, Scout has to jump out of the pit. Breathe in the pit himself, still has the ult. Hung down low, Peyz off on the side, Tien, unknown, looking for a spectral more, looking for an angle, can't quite find it. The Elder is in the command of Weibo right now, hung down to one very low, as the back end, Shun is low, but they've lost Hung. The Aphelios ult comes on top, but it's interrupted! Gen.G have finally got a fight! They finally get the resets themselves! Elder is theirs, a clean team fight! And they get to end the game! 45 minutes, 46 minutes even!
Top Esports, they get the tower and trade for that dragon.
Chovy in an angle as well. Chovy in a great angle. He's going to take it onto Jackie Love. Caught out. Solar Flare. They're taking the AD carry to town. He flushes out, but Chovy is still matching, but they can't kill him. He goes in the backline. That's Peyz. He snipes. He assassinates. The equalizer doesn't even hit as Canyon is a new target. Front to back now with the culling. They run forward, but no one's dying yet. Gen.G are in so many different angles, so many different movements. They're hitting him from all sides. It's a sandwich. But I think for TES, it's a rotten one. A double turns into a triple, turns into a finisher, and Gen.G with the 10 out of 10 team fight dissipate Top Esports. Gen.G have now opened up double inhibitor.
There's the ultimate from Canyon though, they want to end this now.
And Maokai sends it in, a Solar Flare also zones out TES. One Nexus turret taken down with these. TES need the last stand and begins with the culling with the Glacial Prison, with everyone jumping in. The equalizer good, but Maker only gets one man. Even with a good Magnet Storm, it's still not enough. Gen.G in a 4 versus 4 as TES are running forward. Now deal with 369, who thought he had it, but Gen.G are believers in themselves. That's all that matters here. 3 people left alive. They're low on health bars. They can't end now as TES manage to only just defend.
They're so low, but Gen.G, Keen's going to reset and TP in on this wave. They need to try and find a way to stop this. Jackie Love's alone!
Be tagged and he gets ulted immediately. Peyz is too strong. Chovy's here to support as well.
It's a lot of waves, and the TP's coming in. I don't know about this, Hanwha. I feel like we're a little bit late to the play.
They are very late to the party. Ingo's Peanut alone, and they get a big Ziggs ult on top of everyone, but the follow-up is just so low, but now Zeka gets into that backline. Does he have the damage? He's got to do it all by himself. I mean, he's alone there with Delight, and Delight nearly dies, but they just turn onto the Zeri. Lahen's super low, gets taken out, but the snipe there onto Delight is big. And now Doran is going to go down as well. Life Esports definitely overstepping their bounds in this one, and Peyz just gets to do whatever he wants. Another root comes down, and Viper.
He's running!
He does. I mean, Jin is just so fast. I don't know if Viper can do much. Yeah, that's the Q to come through. The grenade gets him down. And that fight as a whole was just kind of standing on one. And they're taking Banana Brush control. Life Esports,
big.
They're identifying that this is their best shot in this game, and they really can't give Ocean Soul away, but here comes the engage. That's the combo. The lockdown from the Jin is not going to hit, but it's not going to matter either. Delight goes down, and now we got the curtains coming out here as well. Peanut's all alone in the front line, and Peyz is just sniping people from screens away as Chovy is able to front line. Look at that. Oh no, the root comes down, and Doran flashes just to die. And that's going to be 4 kills. A triple already for Peyz, and Canyon barely is going to get away. That
I actually think they would have chased for Viper.
Yeah.
100%. For the Panda, you have to.
You have to. It's Jin as well. I mean, how many times is that going to happen? Delight, Yeah, he's dead. I'm not sure if he's trying to bait or what, but then Viper's going to hook, so he baits his AD carry Ziggs, but now getting into the back line, they might be able to take that Peyz. No! They're able to peel for him just barely. And Xayah, unfortunately, he's been fed this whole game, but he's just not able to play the game. One shot comes in, lands.
Xayah does not find a hook on him. That would have been massive.
All right, Doran threatening the counter-strike. Here it is, just to guarantee the Drake. That is Hextech Soul, and the Nature's Grasp also doing a fair bit of work. Doran going down extraordinarily low, but Peyz, he's the main character of this one. It's a hook. It's going to connect onto Peyz somehow, but he stays alive. It's not enough. He flashes. It's a Quadra.
Is it the penta?
It could be the pentakill because of course.
Give it to him!
Oh, there it is, the pentakill for Peyz. Nerf Zeri, but man, this guy is good.
The ult comes out from Peanut to zone him away. They don't fully evacuate. They know they can't give away the soul.